square at the back. Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Carol.
In 2016, we sold almost everything we own, and we took our 3 teenage kids on an epic family road trip around North America and the world.
We knew we could always make more money, but we could never get back time.
As a family, we valued time more than money and experiences more than things. Along the way, our kids grew up into awesome young adults while developing the entrepreneurial skills and life experiences that have set them on their own adventurous paths. In our new chapter as empty nesters, our adventure continues, both off the grid at our cabin in the wilderness and on the road exploring distant places in our well-equipped expedition truck. In last week's video, we share a beautiful time with her daughter Caroline and her son-in-law Matthew. Dan was with us too, working hard to finalize the import and licensing of their adventure bikes. And Peter had just returned from the first leg of his journey with XOverland. Celebrating Easter together as a family reminds us how precious these moments are and how thankful we are for each one.
That was cute. That was so much fun to be with Matt and Caroline and have Easter together and just spend lots of quality time together. They're so cute. They were both waving out the window at us as we left. Right now we're on our way back up north to the marina, and they actually sent a picture, and the ice is really coming off the lake now. And the next week we only have one night at -1 Celsius. So spring is on its way.
Upon returning to the lake, we discovered that some of the ice had shifted, revealing that our barge had completely sunk below the surface of the water. Task 1, rescue the barge. So last fall, my brother was coming up with a load of wood. So he said, bring the barge out, which Pete and Dan brought the barge out. And but then they ended up canceling due to weather. And so we said, well, we'll pick up the barge on Monday morning. And by then the narrows had frozen, or this part of the lake had frozen, so we had to leave it here all winter. And now it's sitting on the edge of the dock, pushing it way up, so we've got to find a way to free it up. Yeah, these are huge. I mean, if I could get the truck right up here, I'd be able to get a little bit. It literally needs to come over like an inch.
And then the dock will just
float.
float.
Should come up, and hopefully the boat doesn't sink, but theoretically most of that will fall off of there.
And what are we going to pry against with these?
I mean, there's a little bit of a gap between the wood and the boat, which we might be able to just
nudging.
That's the main
Stage 1. Well, at least it came off.
That door opens. That's normally what we
Isn't that unbelievable? It's unbelievable.
Well, step 1, we got the dock fixed here, but the boat's underwater, so we're gonna have to get creative here. Not sure what the plan will be. We might take the winch from the truck, just try to edge it forward onto this gravel. That would raise it up. If we can get it up enough that there's no water on the deck, then we can pump out the boat and then it should float again.
Oh yeah, you want a crowbar to move that?
This is really thinning out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know with the winch anyway. Just kind of inch by inch, get it to the point where we can stick a pump in there.
Thanks, Helper Helperton. Just kidding.
So helpful. Or yeah, just hold. We can hold it out of the way while it's being pulled.
I'm just wondering if it's
Still 4 or 5 inches thick. It's wild.
yeah. I'll do my moral support from back here, or not in the way.
At least maybe wait to untie that.
Under now. That square at the back. That's will be flooded, right? It was above water partially when I was pulling.
Oh, so these grates are separate as well? Like this is more than
half a half. So he's gonna grab a pump and I'm gonna tighten up the winch line. See if I can get the hatch above water a little bit like it was before. And then we'll try to pump as fast as we can. And if we can empty there's 2 chambers here that right now are full of water. But if we can empty them out, the boat will float again. So then we're off to the races.
Yeah, you can see the prints in the ice back there where these back.
These are synthetic lines, so they Oh, it's full of ice. The ice could be a problem. Oh no. Good. That's good.
It's on and ready to pull.
All right. I might back up the truck and pull it that way a little bit, see if it'll come up a bit.
I think it would.
It'll be lighter,
On an
that's for
angle,
sure.
maybe, yeah.
Alright. When that square door is exposed, then we're good.
About another 1.5 inches. That kind of tipped it under, but it's so close to being out of the water.
I wonder if we can pry the back end off.
Oh, there, bro. Now you can get it off there.
I'm just going to try the back end out a bit.
Yeah, that's unbelievably thick. That's pretty impressive to see. You should have come out with your flip-flops on. That would have just been perfect.
She's still primed.
It lost a little bit.
Should I try it? it's the first time using the winch. We haven't had to pull the truck out, but it's a nice exercise for stretching out the line and making sure the winch works, and it works great.
Came in handy.
Yeah, that's one of those his dad kept stuff forever things.
That's
These
perfect.
are always useful.
While here at the lake, we sent the drone up to get a better look at the ice conditions. On this side of the Narrows, the ice was melting nicely. But what we really wanted to see was how things were holding up across the Narrows, out on the main lake. From the air it was clear. The main lake was still locked tight under thick ice, with barely any signs of thaw in the usual early melt spots. We'll give it a few more days of warm weather and spring-like conditions and see what happens with the big melt-off. For now, we load up the Rossmönster truck and head back into the backcountry trails in search of a quiet place to camp for the night. So the trails are still snow and slush covered and mud, but we're just slowly working our way in. I don't think we'll make it to the second spot today, but hopefully later this week. But there's kind of a boat launch area here that we're going to try to get to tonight for camping.
Straight back.
Tracks on, I think, the front right.
I think some rocks too.
Yeah, that should do it. It's not too bad, it just needs to come up, I think, in the front. Where's my phone?
Right down here you can see a bunch of deer prints, so that they must be all, would they already be swimming or just going in and getting water?
Probably
I guess
just drinking here. Huh. That's a nice spot there.
So we decided, instead of parking up there, we're gonna come and park right here, and so that we can open up the door and have that view, and then have a little campfire down there. I think it'll be pretty. Lando likes this spot. It's nice and sunny. Tomorrow's supposed to be sunny and plus 15, which is going to be nice. This mud is super slippery. You can see him, like whenever he stops, he slides forward a few inches. So luckily there's a lot of rock too.
So we had a wonderful sleep by the river there, a very peaceful spot, and we're now making our way out on these snowy, icy trails. Thinking today most of this will melt, or at least in the next couple of days, because things are starting to finally warm up here in northern Ontario. But this morning we're heading out to we're taking Chris and Kendra from the arena out to breakfast up in the little village of Killarney, just as kind of a thank you for helping us out yesterday with the boat, getting the barge, rescuing the barge. So we're gonna head out and do that now, and then we'll decide what's next. We're up here at Killarney, and you can see behind me the channel is completely melted off. So they're a lot further advanced than our lake, and part of the reason is because the water's always flowing through here. Plus it's on a much bigger lake, which is Georgian Bay off of Lake Huron. And I think that's the first boat in the water there, which is nice to see. So spring is definitely on its way. Soon all these docks will be full of boats, and it'll be boating season. But it's nice to be here early in the spring. There's almost nobody in town, but the Sportsman Inn has a little restaurant called the Anchorage, and that's where we're gonna have breakfast, and it's a super cozy little place. There's a marina just up the road where Pete launches his sailboat. He probably won't do it this summer because he's on some big trips, and you'll learn more about that coming up. So let's go inside and get a table. Almost.
We're like, where do we sit? They left it without me. Yep.
Would you guys like some coffees? Yeah. Black. Yeah.
So when they talk about tourism, yeah, just chill. And
Yeah, it'd be
like
so
the book,
chill, right?
Yeah, it's like a major event every week, right? Yeah. We're back from breakfast, and we are going to try to get back into. We know we can get to the same spot we camped last night, but we're going to try to get to the camp just a little beyond there. Hopefully the snow's melted enough to do that. Lando's out jogging in front, so he's happy. And this, we were just working on the blue Jeep, and if you wonder what that, you probably have seen it over the years. That bear was carved by our great uncle or uncle in Australia when we were there. He carved it for us, and we had the blue Jeep at the time Vandy was shipped to New Zealand. So it's been on there ever since then. We took it, the bear took us all around New Zealand and then all over North America, and I don't know, 8 years later the bear is still looking for adventure, so we moved it over to the truck now.
I'll hold it for you. You good? Oh, actually it stayed. These are the two big puddles, and then it turns.
about 3/4 of the way to that camp spot, but this last section, I'm not sure if it's safe to go in there right yet. I think maybe in another day or two of this, if this warm weather keeps up, then it'll be melted down. But it drifted in there quite heavily, so with the heavier vehicle I'd probably sink, and we'd end up having to winch and use max tracks quite a bit, and even then we could be stuck on the pathway. So what we'll probably do here is turn around, go back to where we camped last night, and let the sun keep doing its thing, melting that roadway. Hey guys, I'm just here in the back of the truck, escaping the rain and warming up a little bit. I thought it'd be a good time to tell you about our sponsor for today's video, which is OnX Off-Road. OnX Off-Road is an incredible app that you should get on your phone if you are currently planning for a trip this summer, whether you're just going out for a weekend or you're going to go on a cross-country trip. I think OnX Off-Road is a tool that you need to have. Like I said, it's an app for your phone, which is really handy, or it can be loaded onto really any device. But it also is accessible by computer on the web. So we're sitting here, we're connected with our Starlink, and I'm checking out the lay of the land. For an example, I'm just showing a spot here from our trip last summer in British Columbia. And what I used it for, and especially on the laptop, was the ability to kind of see what's coming up tomorrow, what kind of terrain are we going through. It gives you a very accurate graphical representation of the terrain you're coming into, and I can see we're going through the windy mountains, but then it levels off and you can see we're heading further north and it's more wooded and not so hilly. So all that kind of travel intel is really handy when you're traveling, and OnX Off-Road has all of it for you. Not to mention it can tell you if there's wildfires ahead, if there's sites that you should see or trails that you don't want to miss. So check it out, OnX Off-Road. I'll leave a link in the description and a QR code here that you can just scan, and hope you enjoy it.
right now we're just making our way back to the rapids or the river area. And today was like plus 18, super warm. So this is kind of packed down snow from the snowmobiles and stuff. So it seems pretty good. The truck we're really impressed with. It just kind of tackles everything that we have been throwing at it. So that's nice. You can see how much the melt is going over here. So we wanted something that we could just step down on because we're expecting a whole lot of rain over the next 2 days and kind of through the weekend, which is really nice to help even on our lake, all the ice to move on and melt. But at we were at the other spot the last 2 nights, but that was super muddy. So this will be nice to have a little bit of gravel and old road texture down by our feet. Also took Lando into the vet twice now, trying to figure out what was going on with him the other day or the last few weeks, and they've ran every test on every x-ray and they can't find anything. And so our last resort, we were like, well, maybe he picked up Lyme disease, and he had all the symptoms of it, everything, but he just got tested this morning, nothing. So I hope he stays like this. He's had it where he got kind of better and then he would relapse and get, you know, swollen ankle or a swollen hip, and then no appetite and really sore in the joints. But yeah, so we're just praying all of this is over. He's acting like it's over. So thank you everyone for all your thoughts and well wishes for Lando. But yeah, hope it's the end of it. But look at this. The river is raging. I have Lando's life jacket just in case.
We've had many chairs over the years. We started with Helinox and they lasted for many, many years. They're super light, durable, and nice for hiking. You know, we've carried them wherever because they're so light. They just strap to your backpack. We just got these Helinox again, which we're gonna take with us on our next trip. Chairs is an ongoing search for the perfect chair. So we have the canine chairs by Easy On, which are amazing, but they're at the island and we can't get to it right now. We'll take those with us as well. But the nice thing about these is you can, like I said, you can hike them. You can use them in camp, but you can also hike them with you. The thing about the canine chairs is they're so easy to set up and put away. They're the easiest we found. Always with a chair, it's 3 things. Comfort is very important. So if you go too small and too light, then you lose comfort. But comfort is important. Size and weight of it is important because you're in a vehicle, you only have so much space. And then lastly, it's ease of setup. You know, we've had chairs that take 20 minutes to get set up when you get to camp, and you don't want that. So the thing with the canine, and these as well, but especially the canine, you just open it like that, to put it away, you just go like that to throw it in the truck. So right now our 2 favorite sets of chairs, the canines and these high back Helinox.
Good morning. Woke up to a little bit of rain this morning, but nothing big. I think it's supposed to really rain tonight and all day tomorrow, so that'll be cozy. But just took a shower, realized I forgot a blow dryer, so I'm probably gonna put on my hat. It's not that it's cold, but it just has a little bit of wind. But Lando woke up full of energy, just bouncing around, like he's actually like jumping and then just running in circles. So I'm gonna go take him down along the river here, and I might take out my fly rod and just start practicing casting. The river is moving way too fast right now, but it's good practice. And I found a spot that's nice and open for me, so if I make a mistake or get caught up in the trees or bushes, I can, you know, get to it or not get caught up as much. You can tell it's ready to play. We're gonna get it. I'm gonna get you. So spring-like, you can start to see a tinge of red on all the maple trees with their buds starting to swell, and so that's really exciting. It's been a late spring this year. I'm just gonna get my fly rod and see if I can practice a little bit. So I don't really have anything that's floating in this like air right now, but there have been these like white little fluffy bugs. Not that anything's biting, I don't think, right now.
Good morning, everyone. It is a chilly and rainy morning here by the river. It's 3 degrees Celsius, which is I think 37 Fahrenheit. Not as cold as it has been, but just because of the rain, it gets you right to the bone. But as you know, we're waiting for the lake ice to melt off so we can get a boat in the water and get back to the island. Unfortunately, if you watched a couple videos ago, when the ice was extremely jagged, we took the fan boat out and ended up doing a little bit of damage to the hull, so we don't want to be using it right now. And this is exactly why we bought it, was for this time of year, because right now the ice is soft and the going would be very easy with the fan boat. We'd be able to come and go as we please, but c'est la vie. What do you do? So we left the island, 2 weeks ago, and haven't been back since. So Dan, our neighbor Dan, has a fan boat, and he's here but at the lake, but he's there occasionally. So, you know, we never know when he's going to be there and when he's leaving. So we wouldn't want to get a ride on and then not have a ride off, because we've been needing to go to town, and especially with Lando, taking him into the vet and things like that. Having access to the town has been very important, and that's why this truck is so amazing. We can live in complete comfort out here no matter where we are, so it's been a real awesome thing to have the Rossmönster for this. We're also preparing for our upcoming trips, so being at the truck has been very important. So, but we do need to get back to the island.
Yeah, so there's a few things that are there that need to go in the truck before it gets shipped. And yeah, so we're just kind of waiting right now. It's kind of coming down to crunch time for the shipping date that we had originally planned for. So we might have to bump it a little bit. It's just how life goes sometimes. But we are going to try and push for that. But we don't want to push something where, you know...
It's incomplete.
Yeah, and so... I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Maybe the ice will really melt over the next few days. Today's Saturday, and you'll see this video tomorrow. And then we're hoping the boys will be back up here around Wednesday, we think. Wednesday or Thursday of next week. So if we can get to the cabin then, that would be like picture perfect timing. And then Pete Jr. and Dan can help us just do a few things to the truck. Installing a water filtration system, another one, right? And just helping pack and sort things through and just make sure everything's topped up. But we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Can't rush Mother Nature.
No, especially this year, it's just taking its sweet time. Last time I put the drone up, the ice was pretty thick out there. I'm going to try to get up there and do it again today. It's raining pretty hard, but if the rain stops a little bit, I'll get the drone up and give you an idea of what the ice situation is. In front of where we have the barge, in front of the marina has changed a lot since a few days ago. If you look back when we were trying to get the barge out of the water, it was all socked in with ice, and now there's much less ice there, so that's good news. That area in front of the marina on this side of the Narrows always thaws before the main lake where we are, where our island is all socked in there with ice. But yeah, like Carol said, it's just a waiting game. That's part of living off-grid and on an island. But we're not complaining because camping in the Rossmönster has been a lot of fun. Lando's been out running. He's doing a lot better, much better. Hopefully he's out of the woods with all that stuff.
So hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday, and it's been fun to have you guys along with us.
And a special thank you to our Patreon family. We really appreciate you guys being part of our family and for your support. Your support helps us continue to create family-friendly videos on YouTube and adventures that you can watch every week with your family. So thank you very much. And if you're interested in becoming part of our Patreon family, check out the link below. It's patreon.com/epicfamilyroadtrip. And you too can be part of the journey. If you have any questions for us, please ask them in the comment section. We'll try to get back to you on that. And one way that you can really help the channel, of course, liking and subscribing and all that's great. But what really helps the channel is if you were to go from this video to another video. So I'm going to put some suggestions here for you and links of videos that you may or may not have seen. I've recently done a full movie style edit of 2 different adventures that we had. One where we got caught up in the high shelf roads of Colorado after dark, right, Lando? And another one where we as a family got caught in the snow in BC on a trip that was supposed to take 90 minutes, and it ended up taking 3 days. So I'll put links to those videos, and hope you enjoy them. And in the meantime, we'll see you down the road. We just arrived at the lake, and it's pretty unbelievable. I will show you, but behind me, the lake here in front of the marina is pretty much just wide open water. The ice is gone. So just a couple of days ago, as you saw at the beginning of this video, it was all socked in with ice, especially around the barge and everything when we were getting the barge out. We'll go down and show you. It's unbelievable. What I'm going to do is put the drone up and try to fly over and see our side of the lake, the big part of the lake, which usually obviously melts a lot later than this, but I just want to get an idea if the ice, last time I flew it, the ice was white, and that indicates that it's still very thick. So let's take a look and see if it's made any progress melting out there. If it has, that means we're just another day closer to being able to get a boat in the water and get back to the island. There's still ice back there. It's not open water yet. It's a lot more gray in color, so the rain is helping thin it out, but there's still ice. Still a couple days at least before that's melted off.